We acknowledge the arrival of Vice President-elect of the Republic of the Philippines, Sara Duterte.
May bagong pag-asa ng nadarama, may bagong sigla tayong nakikita, pumapagaspas sa hangin. Dala-dala rin ng alon, lilipad tayo, lilipad tayo. Pagpapatuloy ang pagbabago, tataguyod ang bawat Pilipino. Sa kanyang talinong aahon tayo, lilipad na ang agila, magtatanggol, mamahal sa ating bansa. Lilipad na ang agila at bagong araw at pag-asa kanyang dala. Sa kanyang mga pakpak, kasama tayo sa paglipad. Sa taglay niyang lakas, hindi tayo magtitipag. Sa kanyang puso ay titipay tayo, tataas lilipad tayo. Lilipad na ang agila, pagbabago ay itutuloy niya. 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 Lilipad na ang agila, magtatanggol, magpapahal sa ating bansa. Lilipad na ang agila at bagong araw at pag-asa'y kanyang dala. Lilipad na ang agila, magtatanggol, magpapahal sa ating bansa. Lilipad na ang agila at bagong araw at pag-asa'y kanyang dala. Sa kanyang mga pakpak, kasama tayo sa paglipad. Sa taglay niyang lakas, hindi tayo matitipag. Sa kanyang puso ay titibay tayo, tataas lilipad tayo. Tataas lilipad tayo. Lilipad na ang agila, magtatanggol, mamahal sa ating bansa. Lilipad na ang agila at bagong araw at pag-asa kanyang dala. Sa kanyang mga pakpak, kasama tayo sa paglipad. Sa taglay niyang lakas, hindi tayo magtitipag. Sa kanyang puso ay titipay tayo, tataas lilipad tayo. Lilipad na ang agila, pagbabago ay itutuloy niya. Lilipad na ang agila.
Board Member Yuli Daan. Gikan sa 2nd District, Board Member Raymond Calderon. O Board Member Stanley Cabinero. Gikan sa 3rd Distrito, Board Member Jimbo Borgonya. O Board Member Victoria Corominas Toribio. From the 4th District, Board Member Kerry Shimura. 5th District, Board Member Andre Red Duterte, and Board Member Mike Villamor. Gikan sa ikaw-9 nga distrito, Board Member Glenn Anthony Soco, Board Member Junkie Uano. Gikan sa ika-7 distrito, Board Member Cesar Barricuatro o Board Member Jerome Librando. The President of PCL Cebu, Board Member Caroline Bacaltos, and the President of the SK Federation, Board Member Jericho Rubio. Aniya usab ang atong mga mayores gikan sa mga lungsod ug mga dakbayan. From the 1st District, Dakbayan sa Talisay, Mayor Gerald Anthony Samsam Gulyas. Lungsod sa Minganilla, Mayor Rajiv Enad. Dakbayan sa Naga, Mayor Val Chong. Gikan sa San Fernando, representing the Mayor, Vice Mayor Richie Riluya. Dakbayan sa Karkar, Mayor Patrick Barcenas. O lungsod sa Sibunga, Mayor Leonel Bacaltos. Ang ato mga mayor gikan sa ika-2 distrito. Lungsod sa Argao, Mayor Alan Cisaldo. Lungsod sa Dalagete, Mayor Ronnie Cesante. Lungsod sa Alcoy, Mayor Michael Angelo Sestoso. Lungsod sa Bolhoon, Mayor Georgie Derrama. Lungsod sa Oslo, Mayor Ronald Guaren. Lungsod sa Santander, Mayor Marites Buscato. Lungsod sa Sambuan, Mayor Dr. Emerito Calderon Jr. Gikan sa ika-3 distrito, Parili, Mayor Jan Garcia. Lungsod sa Aluginsan, Mayor Cesar Ignatius Iggy Moreno. Lungsod sa Pinamungahan, Mayor Jekjek Barricuatro. Dakbayan sa Toledo, Mayor Marjorie Joy Perales. Lungsod sa Balapan, Mayor Ace Pinghay. Lungsod sa Asturias, Mayor Dukhoy Dunggong. Lungsod sa Tuburan, Mayor Aljun Diamante. From the 4th District, lungsod sa Santa Fe, Mayor Itamar Espinosa. Lungsod sa Bantayan, Mayor Arthur Despi. Lungsod sa Madrilhos, Mayor Romeo Villaseran. Lungsod sa Cabuelan, Mayor Raul Herona. Lungsod sa San Remigio, Mayor Alfonso Pestolante. Lungsod sa Medellin, Mayor Joven Benjun Mondigo. Lungsod sa Dagantayan, Mayor San Shimura. Lungsod sa Tabogon, Mayor Francis Salimbangon. Gikan sa ika-5 distrito, lungsod sa Bourbon, Mayor Noel Dupilios. Lungsod sa Sugod, Mayor Monin Durano Spiga. Lungsod sa Batmon, Mayor Abis Monleon. Lungsod sa Carmen, Mayor Carlo Villamor. Lungsod sa Compostela, Mayor Peljur Quinio. Lungsod sa Liloan, Mayor Algio Frasco. Gikan sa ika-9 na distrito, sa Konsolasyon, Mayor Nene Aligado. Lungsod sa Córdoba, Mayor Cesar Suan. Mga mayores gikan sa ikapitong distrito, hinakilan Mayor Roy Vincent Cinco. Lungsod sa Alegria, Mayor Gilberto Magalion. Lungsod sa Badyan, Mayor Carmencita Lumait. Lungsod sa Boal-Boal, Mayor Titing Cabaron. Lungsod sa Alcantara, Mayor Fitz Lastimoso. Lungsod sa Ronda, Mayor Terence Blanco. Ug lungsod sa Dumanhog, Mayor Gungun Hika. Ano sa mga Tri-City Mayors, Dakbayan sa Cebu, Mayor Mike Rama, ug sa iyang kapikas, Madam Malu Rama. Ano sab si Vice Mayor Raymond Garcia o ang mga City Councilors sa Dakbayan sa Cebu. Dakbayan sa Mandaue, Mayor Jonas Cortez. Uyog ni Vice Mayor Glenn Mercede o mga konsehales. Dakbayan sa Lapu-Lapu, Mayor Ahong Chan. Niyosap uban kanato ang mga municipal o city vice mayors o mga konsehales sa tubok lalawigan sa Cebu, mga regional o provincial directors sa mga line agencies, uniform personnel, partners from the private sector. Ang misaulog sa misa kaganina, Monsignor Roberto Boy Alesna. Media partners, ingon man family and friends. And now, to formally welcome all of us today is the Secretary General of One Cebu, Deputy Speaker, Kabujan P.J. Garcia.
Thank you. Good evening. It's good to be back. Vice President-elect Sara Duterte, Governor Gwen Garcia, former Secretary Salvador Panelo, former Secretary Harry Roque, Senator Win Gatchalian, Senator-elect Mark Villar, Justice Geraldine Ekong, First District Congresswoman-elect Rhea Gullas, with Mayor Samsam Gullas of Talisay City, Congressman-elect Edsel Galios of the 2nd District of the Province of Cebu, Congresswoman Janice Salimbangon of the 4th District, 5th District Congressman Duke Frasco, and LMP President and incoming Secretary of Tourism, Cristina Garcia Frasco. Congresswoman Lollipop Juano Dizon of the Lone District of Mandaue, Congresswoman Daphne Salimbangon of the 6th District, Congressman Peter John Calderon of the 7th District, Congressman Sani Lagon of Ako Bisaya Party List, Congressman Raymond Mendoza of the TUCP, Congressman Edu Rama of the South District of Cebu City, Congresswoman Cindy Chan of Lapu-Lapu City, Mayor Mike Rama of Cebu City, Mayor Jonas Cortez of Mandaue, Mayor Ahong Chan of Lapu-Lapu City, Vice Mayors, members of the provincial board who have been each recognized, the mayors, city mayors, councilors of the 50 LGUs of the province of Cebu, the regional directors of the national line agencies, friends, family, supporters of One Cebu. Mayong gabi kanatong tanan. As Secretary General of One Cebu, it is my great honor to welcome all of you, stalwarts, friends, and supporters of One Cebu, to the inauguration of all the local officials elected under the banner of One Cebu, as well as our formidable partners, Alayon Nacionalista Party, the National Unity Party, the Nationalist People's Coalition, Lakas CMD, BDP Laban. Another way of saying this, if you would permit me to be less than modest for just 1 minute, welcome to the inauguration of practically all local officials elected in the province of Cebu in the May 9, 2022 elections. 15 years ago, in this very same room, we founded One Cebu as a new party, born out of our people's desire to unite the province of Cebu amidst threats to dismember it into 4 provinces. With just a few congressmen and a handful of local officials in the province of Cebu, we proclaimed a party dedicated to keeping Cebu one, to the principle of greater local autonomy and the greater development of this great province of Cebu. It is therefore fitting tonight that after the most decisive, historic victory for our party and our alliance, that we come back to this same room, not only to look back to where we came from and to see how far we have come, but more importantly, to rededicate ourselves to the principles under which our party was founded. Unity, greater local autonomy, and greater development for the province of Cebu. We are honored by the presence tonight of our Vice President-elect, Sara Duterte. Please let us give her a round of applause. And possibly of our President-elect. He's coming. President-elect Ferdinand Bongbong Marcos Jr. Their presence here tonight gives us much hope, as we are confident that they too share our ideals in One Cebu. Unity, and as veteran local officials, greater local autonomy for LGUs, and third, hopefully, since they love Cebu as much as we do, a greater share, the just share of Cebu in the national wealth of the Republic of the Philippines. Greater development for our people. So thank you all for coming tonight to this joyous occasion, and we wish all of you all the best as your Secretary General of One Cebu as you begin or as you continue your service to each and every inhabitant in your own constituency. Daghang kaayong salamat, padayon jud, maayong gabi kanatong tanan.
Daghang salamat, Deputy Speaker Pablo John PJ Garcia. Thank you.
Sa mga pinalangga ng mga Cebuanan, gusto na ako pagpasalamat sa inyong makabubungog ng mayoriya. Grabe kayo ang ipakita ninyo na pagsali ka na ako. Nasayod ko nga panahon sa pandemya, ang ako mga pulisiya usahay makapakurat sa uban, labi na kung ang maong mga pulisiya daw nakigbangga na ka dito sa kauluhan. Apan nasayod bansad mo, na katong tanan ako kung gihimo tungod og alam kaninyo. Kadaghanan sa ako mga pinalanggang Cebuanon nga naglisod, ug ako ang nahimong tingog alang kaninyo, nagpakahilom lamang kamo. Dinha kamo ni Palos, niadtong milabay nga piliay, Mayo 9. Ug sa usa ka makabubungog na tingog niingon kamo, niuyon mi sa mga pulisiya ni Juan Garcia, amo siyang ibalik pagka-gobernador. Itagaan ko ninyo makasaysayanon, wala pa usab sukad na sukad mahitabo nga botos. 1.4 milyones. Iisip ko kining usa ka utang kabubuton nga akong pagabaslan sa tanan nako nga paningkamot sa mosunod nga tulo ka tuig. Kuyog gihapon ta ug inyo kong kasaligan nga paningkamutan nako tutok sa akong maabot. Ang tanan kong oras, tanan kong pamuna-una, ang tanan kong pagpangga o pagmahal, ako na tanan igahin alang lamang kaninyo mga Cebuanon pinalangga kong Cebu.
Garcia, the first woman to have been elected as governor of Cebu, making a trail of historic wins, being the first to have breached the 1 million mark in the history of the electoral process in the province of Cebu, with a resounding majority of 1.1 million votes over her opponent. It is our great honor and privilege to move that Gwendolyn Pilar Fiel Garcia be proclaimed as winner for another historic fifth term as provincial governor of the one great province of Cebu. Respectfully submitted, Your Honor.
1,478,436 votes, the same being the highest number of votes legally cast for the said office.
Cebu, kang pinangga, hindi sila magkakaya, alam ng mga mata. Cebu, ni anong dagat, ang gagawa sa nanging mugso, kung hindi magbata.
Ladies and gentlemen, President-elect of the Republic of the Philippines, Ferdinand Bongbong Marcos Jr. Together with Governor Gwen Garcia. Together with Congressman Martin Romualdez, Majority Leader of the Philippine Congress, and the next Speaker of the House of Representatives.
May bago na buhay, bagong bansa.
also with Congressman Anton Landameo.
Nagbabago ang lahat tungo sa pagpunlan at ating itanghal bagong lipunan. Ang gabi nagmali ng ganan at lumipas na ang magdamag. Madaling araw ay nagdiriwang, may umagang namasdan. Ngumiti na ang pag-asa sa umagang anong ganda. May bagong silak, may bago ng buhay, bagong bansa, bagong galaw sa bagong lipunan. Nagbabago ang lahat tungo sa pagpunlan at ating itanghal bagong lipunan. May bago ng buhay, bagong bansa, bagong galaw sa bagong lipunan. Nagbabago ang lahat tungo sa pagpunlan at ating itanghal bagong lipunan. Bagong lipunan.
You may now be seated. Please clear the area in front of the stage. Let us clear the area fronting the stage so we can proceed with the oath-taking ceremony. Ladies and gentlemen, the oath-taking ceremony of Governor Gwendolyn Fiel Garcia. To administer the oath, please help me welcome Justice Geraldine Faith Eko. And may we request the siblings and immediate family of Governor Garcia to please proceed to the stage for the oath-taking ceremony. The Governor's son, Paulo, will hold the Bible. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Governor Gwen Garcia.
Mabuhi, 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 mabuhi ka Cebuano, lunad sa iyong pagkapitiro. Mabuhi, 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 mabuhi ka Cebuano, lunad.
Please raise your right hand, Bob, and repeat after me. I, Gwendolyn Fiel Garcia,
Gwendolyn Fiel Garcia,
of the Municipality of Barili,
of the Municipality of Barili,
Province of Cebu,
Province of Cebu,
having been elected
having been elected
to the position
to the position
of Governor of Cebu,
of Governor of Cebu,
do hereby solemnly swear
do hereby solemnly swear
that I will well and faithfully discharge,
that I will well and faithfully discharge,
to the best of my ability,
to the best of my ability,
the duties of my present position,
the duties of my present position,
and all others
and all others
that I may hereafter hold
that I may hereafter hold
under the Republic of the Philippines,
under the Republic of the Philippines,
that I will preserve and protect
that I will preserve and protect
and defend the Constitution of the Philippines,
and defend the Constitution of the Philippines,
bearing true faith and allegiance
bearing true faith and allegiance
to the same,
to the same,
that I will obey the laws,
that I will obey the laws,
legal orders,
legal orders,
and decrees
and decrees promulgated
by the duly constituted authorities
by the duly constituted authorities
of the Republic of the Philippines,
of the Republic of the Philippines,
and that I impose this obligation
and that I impose this obligation
upon myself voluntarily, without mental reservation or purpose of evasion. So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations, Lord.
And now, Governor Gwendolyn Fiel Garcia will now sign the oath of office. The Governor is now signing the oath of office. Ay masipang pakpak alang nini again. Congratulations to Governor Gwendolyn Fiel Garcia. Thank you so much, Justice Geraldine Faith Eco.
Mabuhi, 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 mabuhi ka Cebuano, lunad sa iyong pagkapitiro. Mabuhi, 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 nasod ng tanga gibuhaton, nalingtan usang kaugalingon, malatingon, nasod Pilipinhon. Mabuhi, 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 mabuhi ka Cebuanon, dungan sa imong pagka-Pilipino. Mabuhi, 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 mabuhi ka Cebuanon, dungan sa imong pagka-Pilipino. Pagigugma sa nasod Pilipino, ang sarap nga tumalunta, tumalunta. Mabuhi, mabuhi.
Cebuanos are known to be loyal and discerning people. When they believe in a leader, they come in full force to show their all-out support. The voice of the 1.77 million Cebuanos who voted for Davao City Mayor Sara Duterte as their vice president in the May 2022 elections was loud and clear. They are solidly behind her as she takes on a more significant role, soft spot for children. She even took up respiratory therapy in college. But as fate would have it, she eventually ended up taking law and becoming a lawyer just like her father. As a young lawyer, Mayor Sara took on her first job as court attorney of the Supreme Court. She then heeded a call to be in public service, first serving as vice mayor from 2007 to 2010. In the year 2010, she was elected as the first woman mayor of Davao City and the youngest to be voted to such position. For 2 consecutive years, she was recognized as the top performing mayor in the country. When her father ran for president in the 2016 elections, Mayor Sara found herself at the forefront of the campaign trail, visiting Cebu's cities and towns. The bond between the Dutertes and the Garcia family, who founded the One Cebu Party, was all the more strengthened. But the 2016 campaign season was not a walk in the park for Mayor Sara and her family. In Cebu, they were welcomed only by Liloan Mayor Cristina Garcia Frasco and her husband, 5th District Representative Duke Frasco. The One Cebu Party, however, made sure the Dutertes were given what was promised, delivering more than 1 million votes for President Rodrigo Duterte. Having a president for a father may be daunting for some, but not for Mayor Sara. Throughout President Duterte's 6-year term, Mayor Sara proved that although she is her father's daughter, she is also her own person. Allies and even enemies can attest that she makes decisions and acts on them independently from her father. The regional political party, Hugbong ng Pagbabago, which she formed in 2018, stood as a strong electoral alliance, fielding candidates in the 2019 senatorial election. Mayor Sara is the epitome of humility, but she can be tough when the situation calls for it. She is, as most people know, a reserve officer of the Armed Forces of the Philippines with the rank of a colonel. Mayor Sara's Cebu connection through her grandparents is strong and deep. Her grandfather Vicente served as mayor of Danao, Cebu in 1946. Her grandmother Soledad worked as a teacher in a university, also in Danao. Of course, her father, President Duterte, remains to be well-loved by the Cebuanos. She may be Dabaweña by birth, but Mayor Sara considers Cebu close to her heart. In turn, Cebu overwhelmingly showed her the same amount of support it gave to her father. With her at the helm, Cebuanos are looking forward to a fruitful and progressive term under the young and dynamic Vice President. Ug gikan namong mga Cebuanon, congratulations, Inday Sara!
formally introduce one of our guests of honor is the dynamic mayor of the municipality of Liloan and the next secretary of the Department of Tourism, Honorable Cristina Garcia Frasco.
She holds the mandate and the confidence of over 32.2 million Filipinos, the highest ever in Philippine electoral history, and holds the confidence of over 1.7 million Cebuanos. The next Vice President of the Philippines, Vice President-elect Sara Duterte.
Lilipat na ang agila, magtatanggol magmamahal sa ating bansa. Lilipat na ang agila, at bagong araw at pag-asa kanyang dala sa kanyang.
Thank you. Please take your seats. Daghang salamat, incoming Secretary of the Department of Tourism, Cristina Frasco. President-elect Ferdinand Marcos Jr., mga kababayan, ladies and gentlemen, maayong gabi kaninyong tanan. Before nahitabo ang election, naghangyo nagyub ko kay Governor Gwen Garcia nga kung pwede sultian ako niya daan kung unsang adlaw mo mag-oath-taking kay paniguraduhon gyud nako nga motambong ko sa inyong importante kaayo nga adlaw. Kay kahibaw gyud ko nga kamong tanan ang modaog. Congratulations kaninyong tanan. I know some of you are unopposed, so it was very easy. Pero ang uban sa inyo siguro, wag yun natulog. Kauban ng ato ang President Marcos sa gabi sa eleksyon. Ang kampanya and ang election is never easy because it requires mental preparation, physical preparation, financial preparation. But you all made it. And you are here tonight to take your solemn oath before our justice, swearing over the Bible, nga kamo magpadayon sa inyong pagpanirbisyo dinhi sa isla, sa Cebu, nga matinud-anon sa inyong mga constituents sa kanya-kanya ninyong mga lugar. And magpasalamat ko sa ato ang Governor Garcia, sa ato ang Congressman PJ Garcia, sa ilahang gihatag sa ako ang oportunidad karong gabi nga makatambong sa inyong oath-taking aron mahatag og personal ang ako ang pagpasalamat kaninyong tanan sa inyong suporta. Sa tinuod lang, wala magyud nako tanawa ang boto nako dinhi sa Cebu. Karon lang ko nahibaw nga it's 1.7 million strong Cebuanos. Palihog kong paabot sa ako ang pasalamat sa inyong mga constituents when you do your own inaugurations in your respective cities and municipalities and districts. Paabot ang ako ang pagpasalamat sa ako ang mga kaigsuunan ng mga Cebuano kay inyuha kong gidawat nga dili lahi sa inyuha. Knowing that ang ako ang kagikan dinhi pod sa Cebu, ang ako ang mga lulo ug lula gikan dinhi sa Cebu, pero wala ko gipanganak dinhi, wala ko nagdako dinhi, pero gitratar ko ninyo nga murag pareho ninyong tanan. Daghang salamat. Ang ako ang saad kaninyong tanan, mao ang ako ang pakigduyog sa inyo sa inyong pagserbisyo sa inyong mga respective cities and municipalities. And know that I will be beside you when you discharge your duties to your respective constituencies, and that you can call on the Office of the Vice President for assistance sa inyong mga trabaho. And I always say this sa amuang mga kauban, especially kay Congressman, Majority Floor Leader Martin Romualdez, incoming Speaker, nga patingala maguna sila sa ako sa panahon sa kampanya, magsige kong kawala, magsige kong pananghid nga mulakaw nako. Pag-abot karon ni President-elect Marcos, niya na siya, niya ka dinhi, milagro, it's a miracle. Muna ako ang mensahe permi kay Congressman Romualdez na I cannot promise that I will always be here sa mga malipayon ninyo nga mga events sa inyong probinsya. Pero I can promise that I will always be here sa mga kaguol o kasakit ninyo na mga moments. Which of course, God forbid, we pray that it will never happen in the next 6 years. Pero mao ka na ang saad nako sa inyo sa inyong kaguol o kasakit. Kauban ninyo ko ang inyong sulugoon o ang inyong igsuon nga si Inday Sara. Usabon nako ang pagpasalamat kaninyong tanan sa inyong pagmahal sa amuang pamilya ug pagsuporta ninyo kanako sa nilabay nga piniliay. Daghan salamat, maayong gabi.
Daghang salamat, Vice President Sara Duterte.
Lilipat na ang agila at bagong araw at kanyang dala sa kanyang mga pakpak. Kasama tayo sa paglipad sa taglay-layang lakas. Hindi tayo magtitibag sa kanyang puso ay titibay tayo. Tataas, lilipad tayo. Lilipad na ang agila. Pagbabago ay itutuloy.
Ato na masaksihan ang oath-taking ceremony alang sa mga sakop sa House of Representatives gikan sa lalawigan sa Cebu. Ang magpapanumpa mao gihapon si Justice Geraldine Faith Econg. We request Justice Econg to the stage, please. As I also call on member of the House of Representatives of the 1st District of the Province of Cebu, Congresswoman Rhea Gullias, together with Mayor Samsam Gullias and family.
Rhea, please raise your right hand and repeat after me. Move forward para makita ko. I,
state your full name,
Rhea May Gulyas,
of
of
Talisay City,
Talisay
Cebu,
City, Cebu,
having been elected
having been elected
as Congresswoman,
as Congresswoman,
do hereby solemnly swear
do hereby solemnly swear
that I will well and faithfully discharge,
that I will well and faithfully discharge,
to the best of my ability,
to the best of my ability,
the duties of my present position
the duties of my present position,
and all others that I may hereafter hold
and all others that I may hereafter hold
under the Republic of the Philippines.
under the Republic of the Philippines,
That I will preserve,
that I will preserve,
protect, and defend
protect, and defend
the Constitution
the
of the
Constitution
Philippines,
of the Philippines,
bearing true faith and allegiance
bearing true faith and allegiance
to the same,
to the same,
that I will obey the laws,
that I will obey the laws,
legal orders,
legal orders,
and decrees
and decrees
promulgated by the duly constituted authorities
by the duly constituted authorities
of the Republic of the Philippines,
of the Republic of the Philippines,
and that I impose this obligation
and that I impose this obligation
upon myself voluntarily, without mental reservation
without mental reservation
or purpose of evasion.
or purpose of evasion.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Congratulations, magpabilin si Justice 𝐂𝐿 diha sa stage. Member of the House of Representatives of the 2nd District, Province of Cebu, Congressman 𝐿 Gallegos, together with his family.
Please raise your right hand and your left hand on the Bible, please. I,
𝐻𝐿 𝐴𝐻𝐿
of Argao,
of
Cebu,
𝐴𝐿 Cebu,
having been elected
having been elected
as Congressman,
as Congressman,
do hereby solemnly swear
do hereby solemnly swear
that I will well and faithfully discharge,
that I will well and faithfully discharge,
to the best of my ability,
to the best of my ability,
the duties of my present position
the duties of my present position
and all others
and all others
that I may hereafter hold
that I may hereafter hold
under the Republic of the Philippines,
of the Republic, under the Republic of the Philippines,
that I will preserve,
that I will preserve,
protect, and defend the Constitution
and defend the Constitution
of the Philippines,
of the Philippines,
bearing true faith
bearing true faith
and allegiance to the same,
and allegiance to the same,
that I will obey the laws,
that I will obey the laws,
legal orders,
and decrees promulgated
by the duly constituted authorities
by the duly constituted authorities
of the Republic of the Philippines,
of the Republic of the Philippines,
and that I impose this obligation
and that I impose this obligation
upon myself voluntarily,
without mental reservation
or purpose of evasion. So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations, Congressman 𝐿.
And now, member of the House of Representatives of the 3rd District, Province of Cebu, Congressman Pablo Jan P.J. Garcia, together with his family.
Kani ako gining congressman. Please raise your right hand. I,
Pablo Jan Fiel Garcia,
of
Balao, Barili, Cebu,
having been elected
having been elected
as Congressman,
as Congressman of the 3rd District of Cebu,
do hereby solemnly swear
do hereby solemnly swear
that I will well and faithfully discharge,
that I will well and faithfully discharge,
to the best of my ability,
to the best of my ability,
the duties of my present position,
the duties of my present position,
and all others
and of all others
that I may hereafter hold
that I may hereafter hold
under the Republic of the Philippines,
under the Republic of the Philippines,
that I will preserve,
that I will preserve,
protect, and defend
and defend
the Constitution of the
the
Philippines,
Constitution of the Philippines,
bearing true faith and allegiance
bearing true faith and allegiance
to the same,
to the same,
that I will obey the laws,
that I will obey the laws,
legal orders,
and
decrees promulgated
promulgated
by the duly constituted authorities
by the duly constituted authorities
of the Republic of the Philippines, and that I impose this obligation
and that I impose this obligation
upon myself voluntarily, without mental reservation or purpose of evasion. So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations,
Thank you,
Congressman.
Member of the House of Representatives of the 4th District Province of Cebu, Congresswoman Janice Salimbangon, together with her family.
I,
Janice Salimbangon
of
Corva, Midillion, Cebu, representing 4th District of Cebu,
do hereby solemnly swear
do hereby solemnly swear
that I will well and faithfully discharge to the best of my ability the duties of my present position and all others that I may hereafter hold under the Republic of the Philippines, that I will preserve, protect and defend the Constitution of the Philippines, bearing true faith and allegiance to the same, that I will obey the laws, legal orders, and decrees promulgated by the duly constituted authorities of the Republic of the Philippines, and that I impose this obligation upon myself voluntarily without mental reservation or purpose of evasion. So help me God. Congratulations, Congresswoman Jan.
Member of the House of Representatives of the 5th District of Cebu, Congressman Vincent Franco Duke Frasco, together with incoming Secretary of the Department of Tourism, Mayor Cristina Garcia Frasco and family.
Near. Near. Come on, guys. Oh, near.
Please raise your right hand.
I, Vincent Franco Domingo Frasco, of Liloan, Cebu,
having been elected
as Congressman of the 5th District of Cebu,
do hereby solemnly swear
do hereby solemnly swear
that I will well and faithfully discharge,
that I will well and faithfully discharge,
to the best of my ability,
to the best of my ability,
the duties of my present position,
the duties of my present position,
and all others that I may hereafter hold
and of all others I may hereafter hold
under the Republic of the Philippines,
under the Republic of the Philippines,
that I will preserve,
protect,
and defend
and defend
the Constitution of the Philippines,
the Constitution of the Philippines,
bearing true faith and allegiance to the same, that I will obey the laws, legal orders, and decrees promulgated
by
the duly constituted authorities
by the duly constituted authorities
of the Republic of the Philippines, and that I impose this obligation upon myself voluntarily, without mental reservation or purpose of evasion. So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Member of the House of Representatives of the 6th District, Province of Cebu, Congresswoman Daphne Lagon, together with Congressman Sunny Lagon of Ako Bisaya Party List and family.
Raise your right hand.
I,
State your name.
Daphne Lagun,
Of
Cordova, Cebu,
having been elected
as Congresswoman of 6th District,
do hereby solemnly swear that I will well
that I am well
and faithfully discharge
to
the best of my ability the duties of my present position, and all others that I may hereafter hold under the Republic of the Philippines, that I will preserve, protect, and defend the Constitution of the Philippines, bearing true faith and allegiance to the same, that I will obey the laws, legal orders, and decrees promulgated by the duly constituted authority of the Republic of the Philippines, and that I impose this obligation upon myself voluntarily, without mental reservation or purpose of evasion. or purpose
of evasion.
of evasion.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Member of the House of Representatives of the 7th District, Province of Cebu, Congressman Peter John Calderon, together with all the mayors from the 7th District.
Raise your right hand and repeat after me. I state your name
Peter John Calderon
of your address,
of Inatilan, Cebu,
having been elected as
representative representing the 7th District of Cebu,
do hereby solemnly swear
do hereby solemnly swear
that I will well and faithfully discharge
that I will well and faithfully discharge
to the best of my ability
to the best of my ability
the duties of my present position
the duties of my present position
and all others that I may hereafter hold under the Republic of the Philippines, that I will preserve, protect and defend the Constitution of the Philippines, bearing true faith and allegiance to the same, that I will obey the laws, legal orders and decrees promulgated by the duly constituted authorities of the Republic of the Philippines, and that I impose this obligation upon myself voluntarily without mental reservation or purpose of evasion. So help me God. Congratulations.
Member of the House of Representatives of the Lone District of Mandaue City, Congresswoman 𝐬𝐼𝐸 Dizon, together with her family.
Please raise your right hand.
I,
State your name, please.
Emery Lollipop Owano Dizon
Of
of Mandaue City, Cebu,
having been elected
as the representative of the Lone District of Mandaue City,
do hereby solemnly swear that I will well and faithfully discharge to the best of my ability the duties of my present position and all others that I may hereafter hold under the Republic of the Philippines, that I will preserve, protect and defend the Constitution of the Philippines, bearing true faith and allegiance to the same, that I will obey the laws, legal orders and decrees
and decrees
promulgated by the duly constituted authorities
by the duly constituted authorities
of the Republic of the Philippines,
of the Republic of the Philippines,
and that I impose this obligation upon myself voluntarily without mental reservation or purpose of evasion. So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Member of the House of Representatives of Ako Bisaya Party List, Congressman Sunny Lagon, together with Congresswoman Daphne Lagon and family.
Raise your right hand and put your left hand on the Bible. Thank you. I,
Sunny L. Lagon
of
Córdoba, Cebu,
having been elected as
representative of Ako Bisaya Party List,
do hereby solemnly swear that I will well and faithfully discharge to the best of my ability the duties of my present position and all others that I may hereafter hold under the Republic of the Philippines, that I will preserve, protect and defend the Constitution of the Philippines, bearing true faith and allegiance to the same, that I will obey the laws, legal orders and decrees promulgated by the duly constituted authorities of the Republic of the Philippines, and that I impose this obligation upon myself voluntarily without mental reservation or purpose of evasion. So help me God. Congratulations, Congressman.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Justice Geraldine Faith Econg, sa iyong pagpapanungka sa atong mga kongresista.
The presidency is his destiny. And with 31.6 million Filipinos, or 58.77% of voters, electing him as their president in the May 2022 elections, Ferdinand Bongbong Marcos Jr. made his mark in the country's history. He became the first presidential candidate to be voted by a majority since 1968, surpassing even his own father's record. His vote count is the largest ever recorded in a presidential election. Cebu, the country's most vote-rich province with 3.5 million voters, played a key role in his victory, delivering an astounding 1.5 million votes for Bongbong Marcos Jr. One Cebu, now considered a leading political force, solidly rallied behind Bongbong Marcos Jr., ultimately giving him the much sought-after endorsement. Formed 15 years ago, One Cebu has long espoused the idea of unity, successfully stopping moves to divide Cebu into 4 provinces. Since then, the party has adhered to its mission of keeping its 44 municipalities and 6 component cities united. With One Cebu now stronger than ever, Cebuanos, including the constituents of the Tri-Cities of Mandaue, Lapu-Lapu, and Cebu, have backed the party whose principles have influenced the policies of the Cebu provincial government in dealing with the pressing concerns of the times, such as its response to the COVID-19 pandemic and its recovery efforts in the wake of the devastation brought by Super Typhoon Odette. This show of support became even more evident in the last elections when Cebuanos chose the presidential candidate whom they believe will bring unparalleled development to Cebu and enforce fast and efficient actions toward challenges. With his call for unity, Bongbong Marcos Jr. has outlined plans on how the country can recover from the economic doldrums caused by the COVID-19 pandemic. It is no coincidence that the UNITEAM shares the same mission with One Cebu. After all, it was here in Cebu where the UNITEAM was born, that fateful Sunday night of October 24, 2021. He is the champion of the youth and the elderly, the teachers and the farmers. These are among the sectors he has vowed to prioritize in his administration. Bongbong Marcos Jr. brings with him 25 years of experience in public service, having served several positions in both the executive and the legislative branches of government. At age 23, he was the youngest to be elected as vice governor of Ilocos Norte. He then served as governor for 4 terms, was elected as congressman, and then as senator. Destined for greatness, Ferdinand Bongbong Marcos Jr., without a doubt, will bring the Philippines into the new golden era of its history as a country.
To formally introduce our guest of honor, please welcome the Majority Leader of the 18th Congress and the next Speaker of the 19th Congress, Honorable Martin Romualdez.
Mayong gabi, Cebu. One Cebu Party, One Cebu Island Party. It is my great honor and pleasure to introduce to you the man who has made Philippine electoral history, attaining the highest number of votes in the last presidential election. Our President-elect, President Ferdinand Bongbong Romualdez Marcos Jr.
May bagong silang, may bago ng buhay, bagong bansa, bagong galaw, sa bagong lipunan, nagbabago ang lahat.
Thank you very much to our incoming Speaker of the House of Representatives, Congressman Martin Romualdez, also known as the tiga-alaga ng kanyang kandidato ng lakas. He was the one who was looking after Inday Sara during the campaign, and that's why I thought that would make him lose weight, but he gained weight instead. Siguro kakakain ng lechon, especially every time I come to Cebu. Thank you, Martin. Vice President Inday Sara Duterte, you do not know how much pleasure it gives me to be able to address you as Vice President Sara Duterte. Madam Governor Gwen Garcia, who has once again demonstrated her leadership and her efficacy as a public servant because of the results that we have seen for One Cebu Island. And I think it is undeniable how many I remember when the congressmen were taking their oaths, the governor was saying, lahat yan, one Cebu yan, lahat yan, one Cebu yan, lahat ng nakatayo dyan, one Cebu. And it's not surprising because we have seen the success of one Cebu, which then evolved into one Cebu Island to include the cities. That's why, and I think that the reason that we have seen the success of all your party mates and that a very large majority was gained by your party, by your aggregation, is simply because of the leadership and the performance that public servants have shown. As I think we all understand, and I think with the time that all of us have spent in public service, we all have come to the conclusion that performance is the best politics. And that is what I attribute the success of one Cebu Island is not only to the leadership of your governor and the executives in the different LGUs, and of course the performance that you have shown over the years. And that's why I think that the results are so favorable to those who have become part of the One Cebu Island group. Now, I myself have become a beneficiary of your good work. And because of all this result coming from Cebu is historic in many ways. It has never fallen to a Marcos to win this big in Cebu before. And the only other presidential, the only time that Marcos won in Cebu was in my father's time, in 1969, where he won against a Cebuano. But that again, I think that just shows that the leaders here in Cebu are trusted by your people. And if you are able to align with whoever party or whoever individual comes down and who you believe in, then you can, in fact, deliver that vote. And the only reason anyone can deliver a vote is because the voters trust them. And the voters trust them because they know that those leaders bring good things to their community, that they have been effective, that they have worked hard, and they have performed well. So I congratulate all of you who have made who have taken your oath. Of course, Governor Gwen, all the congressmen and who have taken their oath today. I congratulate you all for your success. Now that we have finished with the election, and we are now starting to get our heads down and starting to really look at the work that is in front of us, I am not so arrogant as to say, don't worry, kaya ko na lahat ito. Ako nang bahala sa inyo. That's not the case. As I needed your help during the campaign, perhaps I can say I need your help even more now. Marami tayong kailangan gawin. There will be many challenges that we will face. However, it is not a cause for depression or for sadness or a reason for us to give up. Quite the contrary. What I believe is that we are presented with a grand opportunity to remake our society, to remake our economy. And once again, that is maybe not a view shared by everyone. But I have that view because I know that behind us with this election over, with the mandate that we have received, I know that the country is behind us. And if you have 106 million Filipinos behind you, you will succeed. Because Filipinos always succeed when we are united and when we come together. So ang sigaw ng pagkakaisa ay hindi pa natatapos. Ipapagpatuloy natin yan dahil ang ating pagkakaisa ay kinakailangan na ngayon at inaasahan ng ating mga kababayan upang tayo naman ay makapagdala ng kaunting ginhawa sa kanilang buhay. Sa gitna ng hinaharap natin, nasa pandemya pa rin tayo, ang daming problema sa ekonomiya, hindi lamang dito sa Pilipinas, pati yung problema sa ibang lugar ay mukhang nahihiram din natin. So that is something that we have to have to look for. I have, in the past few weeks since the election, I have tried to find the best and the brightest and all of those who are willing to help. I believe we have found a good team that we can have confidence in, that will bring us together, that will create, and that will formulate and formulate plans to transform the economy to the new global economy. And that is what we all wish for our country. So together, we have made history. Together, we have changed the political terrain in the Philippines. Let us continue to make history. And this time, instead of just electoral history, let us make history for our countrymen. Let us make history for our country. And let's make history so that the Philippines will once again rise and will once again be seen as a driving force, not only for our people, but in the community of nations. So congratulations once again. I am very pleased to see you all. At mga ibang itsura natin, medyo nakaayos tayo, maganda yung mga barong natin, hindi tayo nagpapawis. It's all very good to see us in a different setting. And I cannot thank you enough for the support that you gave myself, Inday Sara, our candidates when we were campaigning. The results are clear, and that is your doing. I always say that no great enterprise, no great victory of any great enterprise belongs to one person. And this has been a great enterprise. And it does not belong to me. It does not belong to a team. It belongs to all of you. And for that, I cannot thank you enough. Maraming salamat po at magandang gabi po sa inyo lahat.
Mr. President, please stay on stage for the giving of token of appreciation to you as we ask Governor Gwen Garcia, Mayor Cristina Garcia Frasco, and Deputy Speaker Pablo Jan Garcia to the stage to present this plaque of recognition from the provincial government of Cebu. And it says, this plaque of recognition is presented to Ferdinand Bongbong R. Marcos Jr., whose message of unity rallied the entire nation, resulting in the historic mandate of 31.1 million votes from the Filipino people and 1.4 million votes from the Cebuanos in the 2022 national and local election. Accept the gratitude of the Cebuano people for the recognition that you have given to Cebu in appointing a Cebuana to lead the Department of Tourism, and for your presence and time to witness the oath-taking of all elected officials of Cebu Province, given this 28th day of June 2022 at Marco Polo Hotel in Cebu City, Philippines. Signed, Governor Gwendolyn Biel Garcia, Province of Cebu. Thank you.
gumagalaw sa bagong lipunan. Nagbabago ang
Thank you once again, Mr. President.
sa pag-unlad.
Atong isunod karong taon ang pagpanumpa sa atong mga board members sa lalawigan sa Cebu. And now, we request the board members of the 1st District of Cebu, Honorable Yolanda Yulidaan and family, and board member Raul Bacaltos and family from the 1st District. Idungan nato usab nini ang mga board members gikan sa 2nd District. Board member Stanley Caminero o Panay, ingon man board member Raymond Joseph Calderon and family. To the stage please. Akong balikon ang ato mga board members gikan sa 1st District ug 2nd District. And to administer their oath is Governor Gwen Garcia. Ako balikon, pasako nato sa stage ang ato mga board members nga manumpa from the 1st District and 2nd District together with their respective families. Again, from the 1st District, board member Yuli Daan and board member Raul Bacaltos and their families. And from the 2nd District, board member Stanley Caminero and board member Raymond Joseph Calderon together with their respective families. To administer their oath is Governor Gwen Garcia.
Please raise your right hand and repeat after me. I, your names,
Raymond Joseph Calderon
of
Sambuan, Cebu,
First District, Talisay, Cebu.
having been elected as
member of the Sangguniang Panlalawigan representing the 2nd District of Cebu,
province of Cebu,
do hereby solemnly swear
do hereby solemnly swear
that I will well and faithfully discharge
that I will well and faithfully discharge
to the best of my ability
to the best of my ability
the duties of my present position
the duties of my present position
and of all others I may hereafter hold
and of all others that I may hereafter hold
under the Republic of the Philippines,
under the Republic of the Philippines,
that I will preserve, protect, and defend
that I will preserve, protect, and defend
the Constitution of the Philippines,
the Constitution of the Philippines,
bearing true faith and allegiance
bearing true faith and allegiance
to the same,
that
I will obey the laws, legal orders, and decrees
I will obey the laws, legal orders, and decrees
promulgated by the duly constituted authorities
promulgated by the duly constituted authorities
of the Republic of the Philippines, and that I impose this obligation upon myself voluntarily
that I impose this obligation upon myself voluntarily
without mental reservation or purpose of evasion. So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations.
Congratulations. Ang sunod na manumpa ang ato mga board members gikan sa 3rd District o 4th District. Si Gobernador Gwen Garcia mao gihapon ang mapapanumpa kanila. From the 3rd District, board member John Ismail Jimbo Borgonia and board member Victoria Bata Corominas Toribio. From the 4th District, board member Kerry Shimura and board member Horacio Paul Franco together with their respective families.
right hands and repeat after me. I, your names, of
Balaban, Cebu,
having been elected as your position,
as a member of the Sangguniang Panlalawigan of Cebu,
do hereby solemnly swear
that
I will well and faithfully discharge to the best of my ability the duties of my present position and of all others I may hereafter hold under the Republic of the Philippines, that I will preserve, protect, and defend the Constitution of the Philippines, bearing true faith and allegiance to the same, that I will obey the laws, legal orders and decrees promulgated by the duly constituted authorities of the Republic of the Philippines, and that I impose this obligation upon myself voluntarily without mental reservation or purpose of evasion. So help me God. Congratulations.
The board members from the 5th District, 6th District, and 7th District. From the 5th District, Board Member Red Duterte and Board Member Michael Joseph Villamor. Ikan sa ikaw-nom nga distrito, Board Member Taddeo Jovito Junki Uwano and Board Member Glenn Anthony Soco. From the 7th District, Board Member Jerome Christian Librando and Board Member Cesar Maricuatro, together with their respective families.
Please raise your right hands and repeat after me. I, your name, having been elected as
Board Member, 6th District,
do hereby solemnly swear that I will well and faithfully discharge to the best of my ability the duties of my present position and of all others I may hereafter hold under the Republic of the Philippines, that I will preserve, protect, and defend the Constitution of the Philippines, bearing true faith and allegiance to the same, that I will obey the laws, legal orders, and decrees promulgated by the duly constituted authorities of the Republic of the Philippines, and that I impose this obligation upon myself voluntarily without mental reservation or purpose of evasion. So help me God. Congratulations.
Sa dili pa ang mass oathtaking sa atong mga mayor o mga vice mayor, atong gihangyo uban nga mo clear yan ang area sa tunga nga bahin. Please clear that area please for the mass oathtaking of our municipal and city mayors. Diha lang sa ilang tagsa-tagsa ka mga naimutangan o lamisa ang atong mga mayor alang sa ilang dungan nga pagpanumba. Again, si Gobernador Gwen Garcia mao gihapon ang pupapanumpa kanila. So may request all elected city and municipal mayors of the province of Cebu to please stand for the oath-taking ceremony. Mga mayor, palihog.
Please raise your right hands and repeat after me. I, your names, of your address, having been elected as your position, please, do hereby solemnly swear that I will well and faithfully discharge to the best of my ability the duties of my present position and all others I may hereafter hold under the Republic of the Philippines, that I will preserve and protect the Constitution of the Philippines, bearing true faith and allegiance to the same, that I will obey the laws, legal orders, and decrees promulgated by the duly constituted authorities of the Republic of the Philippines, and that I impose this obligation upon myself voluntarily, without mental reservation or purpose of evasion. So help me God. Congratulations to our mayors in the entire province of Cebu.
Ang sunod na manumpa, mao ang atong mga city o municipal vice mayors. Again, ang papanumpa mao si Gobernador Gwen Garcia. Vice mayors.
Our vice mayors ready? Please raise your right hand and repeat after me. A little silence, please. I, your names, of your address, having been elected as Vice Mayor, do hereby solemnly swear that I will well and faithfully discharge to the best of my ability the duties of my present position and of all others I may hereafter hold under the Republic of the Philippines, that I will preserve, protect, and defend the Constitution of the Philippines, bearing true faith and allegiance to the same, that I will obey the laws, legal orders, and decrees promulgated by the duly constituted authorities of the Republic of the Philippines, and that I impose this obligation upon myself voluntarily, without mental reservation or purpose of evasion. So help me God. Congratulations to all of our vice mayors in the entire province of Cebu.
Ang katapusan nga manumpa mao ang atong mga konsehales gikan sa mga dakbayan o mga lungsod, city and municipal councilors.
Kadtong manindog nga dili konsehal, mahimo mo konsehal og kalit kung apil mo diha. Please raise your right hand and repeat after me. I state your name.
Malcolm Andaya Sanchez.
Of
your address, having been elected as councilor of your municipality, please,
of Mandawi
and city, do hereby solemnly swear that I will well and faithfully discharge to the best of my ability the duties of my present position and all others I may hereafter hold under the Republic of the Philippines, that I will preserve, protect, and defend the Constitution of the Philippines, bearing true faith and allegiance to the same, that I will obey the laws, legal orders, and decrees promulgated by the duly constituted authorities of the Republic of the Philippines, and that I impose this obligation upon myself voluntarily without mental reservation or purpose of evasion. So help me God. Congratulations to all of our councilors in the entire province of Cebu.
Daghang salamat, Governor Gwen, for administering their oath. And again, we congratulate all our local officials na bago nang nanumpa sa ilang tutuganan. You may now be seated. Makalingkod na pagbalik. We have a special AVP and we would like to request your attention please to the widescreen and please settle down now. Palihog, maglingkod na tagbalik so we can proceed with this AVP.
I, Gwendolyn P.M. Garcia, having been elected to the position of Governor of Cebu.
Mention Cebu, and what immediately comes to mind is the name Gwen Garcia, officially the longest-serving, highly newsworthy, and the most beloved governor of the province. Gwendolyn Fiel Garcia is that one true leader the Cebuanos are proud to have and call as their own. It's hard to imagine that there was a time she considered, perhaps, a different calling. At the age of 48, Gwen Garcia was at a life-defining crossroads. The chance of fulfilling her lifelong dream of becoming a lawyer beckoned, but so did a more urgent one, the opportunity to serve the Cebuanos by running as governor of Cebu. She chose the latter, and the rest, as they say, is history. With no experience at any elected post, she bid goodbye to the University of the Philippines Diliman College of Law and headed home to Cebu to face a three-cornered battle against sitting political giants. Being a neophyte, she had only a few mayors and no congressman as allies. But she was never disheartened and instead rose up to the challenge. Defying the decades-old political practice of getting as many incumbent officials on one side in order to win, Gwen Garcia stunned critics, earned more supporters, and made history when she won as Cebu's first woman governor in 2004. Her victory was nonetheless a historic feat for one who was then considered a newbie. All eyes were on her as she achieved a string of accomplishments for Cebu and overcame one hurdle after another, all for her beloved province and the Cebuanos. She rallied all sectors against the move to divide Cebu, successfully preventing the creation of a Cebu del Norte Cebu del Sur, and Occidental Cebu. Always thinking ahead, she initiated programs that were instrumental in making the province debt-free and devoid of insurgency concerns. Under her leadership, Cebu hosted the ASEAN Summit and headed the East Asia Tourism Forum. With Governor Gwen steering the province to new heights, Cebu was hailed as the country's richest province. Not resting on her laurels, Governor Gwen made Cebu even more known to the world by forging sisterhood pacts with foreign counterparts, even as she made her mark as the first and only governor in the province to set foot in the farthest island barangays or mountain barangays, reaching out to as many constituents as possible and making their lives better by providing them light, water, and decent roads in their communities. Like any mother, she is as fierce as she is loving, making Cebuanos love her more with her warmth and charm. Her trademark work ethic and dedication have set the standard for all, as acknowledged by universities that have conferred on her the Doctor of Humanities degree. Amidst her unparalleled achievements, Governor Gwen has been toughened by the harshest of adversities. She was illegally suspended, unfairly prosecuted, and even trash-talked by evil critics on social media. Yet despite all these, she remained firm in her faith, constantly calling on the help of Señor Santo Niño to see her through. By God's grace, she prevailed, proving that truth and love always triumph. 18 years after she was elected as Cebu's first woman governor, she continues with her trailblazing streak in public service. In 2019, she became the first governor to come back for a fourth term, and this year, she was elected for a historic fifth term. Cebuano spoke with a deafening clarity in the May 9 polls, giving her an unprecedented vote of confidence of over 1.4 million, with a lead margin of more than 1.1 million votes over her closest rival. She now holds the record of having the highest number of votes ever given to an elected official in Cebu. In 2018, Governor Gwen was named the most influential Filipina in the world by the Filipino Women's Network. She is also the recipient of the Order of La Candula Award, the highest national recognition given by Malacanang. For her exemplary performance and leadership, Governor Gwen was chosen as the top performing governor in the country for 2 consecutive years. From having very few allies when she started in politics, Governor Gwen has become the most formidable and important ally any aspiring public servant could have. Her endorsement is being sought by all candidates from all levels and all parties, proof of her undeniable place in Philippine politics. Every election season, big political groups never fail to invite her to run for a national post, but each time, she always tells them that she is for Cebu. She has been consistent in saying that she will not leave the people of her home province to seek a higher position, especially in the most trying of times. She led the province, including the highly urbanized tri-cities of Cebu, Lapu-Lapu, and Mandaue, in adopting a unified One Cebu Island approach against the COVID-19 pandemic. While her policies caught the ire of some people in power, they endeared her more to the Cebuanos, for they have seen that Governor Gwen is ready and willing to put herself in the line of fire to promote, protect, and defend their welfare. Her commanding presence was yet again felt when she called on the Cebuanos to support Ferdinand Bongbong Marcos Jr., and Inday Sara Duterte in the May 2022 elections. Cebuanos responded to her bidding with the most resounding victory, delivering the most number of votes cast by a province in the country for the Marcos-Duterte tandem. Without a doubt, one is the face of one Cebu, and of Cebu. Over the years, the strength of the party has been anchored on the strength by which Governor Gwen has withstood all the hardships, emerging as a winner each single time. Like a phoenix rising from the ashes, Gwendolyn Fiel Garcia is showing no signs of slowing down, coming out stronger than ever from each new challenge. Her story continues as we can all rest assured that the most exciting part has yet to unfold.
Ladies and gentlemen, for her inaugural address, the first woman governor of the province of Cebu, the #1 governor of the #1 province in the entire Philippines, Honorable Gwendolyn Fiel Garcia.
Thank you very much. Please take your seats. President-elect, the incoming President of the Republic of the Philippines, Ferdinand Bongbong Marcos Jr. Vice President-elect, the incoming Vice President of the Republic of the Philippines, Inday Sara Duterte. Majority Leader of the 18th Congress and the incoming Speaker of the 19th Congress of the Republic of the Philippines, Congressman Martin Romualdez. The Deputy Speaker, Pablo John Garcia. Welcome back, Secretary General of One Cebu. Senator-elect Mark Villar. Former Secretary and my BFF, Harry Roque. Former Secretary Sal Panelo. Justice of the Sandigan Bayan, Geraldine Econg. The incoming Special Assistant to the President, Congressman Anton Lagdameo. The incoming DOT Secretary, Mayor Cristina Garcia Frasco. Members of the House of Representatives, the board members of the province of Cebu, our mayors, vice mayors, and councilors of the province of Cebu, the mayors of the Tri-Cities. For Cebu City, we have Mayor Michael Rama. Mandaue City, Mayor Jonas Cortez. Lapu-Lapu City, Mayor Ahong Chan. Our regional directors and provincial directors of the optional line agencies, our friends from the private sector, our supporters, my family, our family and friends, media partners, mga binati ug minahal kong kaigsuonang Subuanon, maayong gabi kanatong tanan. 18 years ago, in a completely different time, and a now seemingly different world. After a long and protracted electoral and legal battle that lasted well into the afternoon of the 30th of June 2004, Cebu proclaimed its first ever woman governor in its 435-year history as a province. Barely, it must be said. Barely. For with a margin of only a little over 7,000, less than 1% of the total vote, it was hardly a mandate to be trumpeted in triumph. It was a call that one accepted in quiet gratitude and humility. And as a portent of things to come, for the divided vote not only illustrated the highly polarized political climate and landscape of Cebu then, more significantly, as is the nature of all division, the divided vote invited further, worse, and ever-widening division. Hardly had the dust settled from the three-way battle than the forces of division were at it again. This time, not to seize the seat I occupied, but to split the province itself into 4 small, handy, easy-to-grab pieces of a dismembered Cebu. Fancying themselves as the masters of their small fiefdoms, the forces of division of 𝐍𝐵𝐽𝐻, as it later came to be known, had missed the point, had misread the pulse of the times, had underestimated the intelligence and sense of history of the Cebuanos. For while decidedly many things, battles, politics, issues, views, all these had divided us in the more than 4 centuries we had been as a province and as a people, the Cebuanos could not, in conscience even imagine, and certainly could not accept a dismembered province, a divided people. Responding to our call for unity, brave political leaders, the business sector, the academe, and civic organizations came together and stood with us to loudly proclaim no to 𝐍𝐵𝐽𝐻. There can only be one undivided and indivisible Cebu. It was the supreme irony that in their attempts to divide us, we found the seeds of our unity, and planted in that divided political landscape in which we stood, sprung the political party that became the uniting force for Cebuanos who stood for the preservation of their 400-year-old history. The 2007 Cebu and its allies swept almost all positions in the province of Cebu. And this once minority governor was overwhelmingly re-elected with a historic margin of 500,000 votes. If Cebu, in the ensuing years became the undisputed #1 province in the entire country, it was because the unprecedented mandate which ushered in an equally unprecedented unity allowed us to dream big things and do things never before done together. Record numbers in kilometers of paved roads, school buildings built, water systems developed, educational, cultural, tourism, health, and social programs rolled out. We embarked on innovative economic enterprises and increased our assets that made us the richest province in the entire Philippines and made this province debt-free and insurgency-free. We proclaimed Cebu is #1 because we are one. If we work in unity, unity works for us. I wish we could skip a few years and go straight to the last 3 years when I became governor again. When one Cebu, after 6 years on the sidelines, reigned once again supreme. But that would be a false narrative, a rewriting of history that tells only half the story, and therefore an incomplete and ultimately false picture of what happened and what was. For while unity is powerful, it is also always, by its nature, fragile, subject to the constant attacks from the forces of division and the wills and weaknesses of humans. Suffice it to say that when one Cebu fell out of power, so too went the governance of clear vision and united action. So went our being the premier province in the country. And sadly for our people, so too went the progress in infrastructure, tourism, health, education, and social empowerment that they had become so used to and that they had come to expect. So that when I once again sought the people's mandate in 2019, the hunger for vision, the thirst for leadership, the clamor for one Cebu, and everything it stood for was palpable and real. Everywhere we went, the yearning for unity, concerted action under a capable and visible leadership, we heard loud and clear. So that in the 2019 elections, we won for a historic 4th term with a margin of 300,000 votes. Imagine someone close to me asked months ago what the last 3 years would have been if the results of the 2019 elections had gone the other way. I believe the question behind the question was, given the social, economic, and psychological havoc that Cebuanos have been subjected to these past 3 years, owing to successive and sometimes even concurrent crises like the threat of the African swine fever, COVID-19 and its lockdowns and restrictions, and Typhoon Odette and its aftermath. Did Cebu get the leadership that it deserved? For obvious reasons, the demands of modesty, for instance, I could not answer that question. I said, I believe the question is best asked of the Cebuano people, and we will know soon enough the answer. We will know soon, I thought then, whether the critics of our policies, especially on the COVID-19 protocols and restrictions, constituted a majority of the Cebuanos, or whether they were merely a noisy, out-of-touch minority with hyperactive social media accounts and too much time on their hands. You know whom I'm referring to. We will know soon enough, I said to myself, whether the Cebuanos appreciated the fine balancing act we all had to perform to protect both lives and livelihoods, so that while we always listened to the advice of medical professionals on the needs of health, we also had to look at the bigger picture, for we were elected to protect the general welfare, including social and economic well-being of our people. Will the Cebuanos, I wondered, see that when inconsistent, unreasonable national policies on ASF and on COVID-19 encroached upon our local autonomy and worse, worked to the detriment of Cebu, its economy, and ultimately its people, I always tried to gather whatever courage I had left, sometimes under threat of penalty, to stand up for Cebu and the Cebuanos, because that was what leadership demanded. In the aftermath of Typhoon Odette, the province of Cebu rallied all LGUs, the business sector, the uniformed personnel, the utilities providers, civil organizations, and private individuals to work together in one united effort to pull our province from the devastation and disarray. And as one people, we were able to clear roads, bring much needed food and relief goods to the towns and cities affected, restore order, power, communications, and a measure of normalcy in record time. Would the Cebuanos, I thought, remember this triumph of unity? To rebuild homes and rebuild lives, we distributed a total of 1.8 billion pesos to over 450,000 affected households through our Dasig Sugbo cards, redeemable from partner local retailers, thereby ensuring that the money is spent only on essential goods and is plowed back to the Cebu economy. Will the Cebuanos, I wondered, appreciate the fact that while we faced crisis after crisis on every front, we continued to deliver what we promised to do and more. 495 kilometers of concreted provincial roads, 152 kilometers of concreted barangay roads, water systems implemented and underway, the launching of the Sugbusug the Sugbo Negosyo, and the Sugbo Kahanas, the continued upgrading of the capacities and capabilities of our district and provincial hospitals, and the delivery of basic agricultural, livelihood, health, and social services through the caravan of provincial government services which continued even during the restrictions of the past 2 years. Soon enough, I thought to myself when asked that question, we will know if the Cebuano people really yearn for the so-called better Cebu, someone conjured hazily, abstractly, out of thin air, or if they were convinced that in the face of unimaginable challenges they were getting in real, concrete ways the best leadership worthy of a province that was back, proud, #1 again among all the provinces in the entire country. I would like to think that the elections of May 9 answered that question. Did Cebu get the leadership that it deserved? The Cebuanos themselves answered a resounding yes, 1,000,000 times yes. For in record numbers, the Cebuano people handed one Cebu and its allies victories in practically every local position in the province of Cebu, save for an insignificant few. Insignificant few. Sabot. The Cebuano people also honored your governor with a record 1,478,436 votes and a margin over one whom I had always described as a most worthy opponent, a margin of 1,136,981 votes. The spirit of unity did not only stay in the province of Cebu. It swept through the entire island of Cebu. And in the last May 9th elections, the Cebuano people spoke, as did the rest of the country. For our dear President-elect, the entire island of Cebu delivered 1,515,812 votes. And for our dear Vice President-elect, the Cebuanos delivered 1,772,999 votes. Mayor Mike, Mayor Ahong, Mayor Jonas, Julie, in the last May 9 elections, the whole country saw a one island, one province, one Cebu. I have said this before, but it feels especially true this time around. It is always tempting to dwell on the magnitude of that mandate. It is, after all, unprecedented in the history of Cebu politics and perhaps even in Philippine politics. But I believe instead that as public servants, we are called now to discern and forthwith give life to its meaning. The meaning is clear. The Cebuano people approved of one Cebu, not so much the party as the unity. and united, we showed the world what we could do even in the face of unimaginable challenges and difficulty. The people ignored, nay, rejected the noise stirred up by our critics and saw only what was essential in their hour of need. Not much talk, but ready and decisive action. Dili sulti ang pabuhaton, buhat ang pasultion. My fellow Cebuanos, it has been 18 years since I first took my oath as governor of Cebu. And I have been through many battles, and I have the scars to prove it. But even though I am now a far cry from that wide-eyed, untested, and at times unsure first woman governor of Cebu way back in 2004. Today, in this glorious day of triumph and celebration, I still accept the honor of this overwhelming mandate from the Cebuanos with the same quiet gratitude and deep humility that I did have 18 years ago. For if there is anything that I may have learned through all these years, it is this: that there is a God. There is an almighty presence in our lives. He who sees all things. He whom we thank during the good times and call out to in supplication when times get too difficult. And that God is a fair and just God. And whether it may take 6 years or 36 long years, in the end, no matter how lies were fabricated, no matter the false accusations, the deliberate rewriting of history, no matter the false narratives, truth and justice will always prevail. Mga pinalangga na akong Subuanon, gikan sa kinahilabman sa akong kasing-kasing dawata, ang akong pasalamat. Niining wala pasukad, masukad, makabot, nga samang pagsalig, samang pagtuo sa usa ka gobernador. Ako kanang pagabaslan sa kinatibuk-an sa akong kasing-kasing, sa akong pagkatao, sa kinatibuk-an sa akong kinabuhi. My fellow Filipinos, we join you in congratulating our President-elect Bongbong Marcos, Vice President-elect Inday Sara Duterte. Together, kuyog ug kauban, sama-sama tayong babangon muli. With hope, optimism, and faith, we know that great things are coming for the Philippines and for Cebu. Guided by the Señor Santo Niño, we shall move on, move forward as a province and as a country, soar to never before reached heights of progress and development. This nation will be great again. Mabuhi ang Sugbo! Mabuhay ang Pilipinas! Mabuhi kitang tanang Sugboanon, kitang tanang mga Pilipino. Daghan kayong salamat, maayong gabi.
Daghang salamat, Gobernador Gwen Garcia. Mga higala, our grand fireworks display. We invite everyone to see it at the City View section of the building.
Mabuhay ka, Sugboanon! Mabuhay ka, Sugbo! Let's give everyone a big round of applause. Our performers, Sakda, Orchestra, Talisay Chorale, MDF Singers, Girly Lapine Las Piñas, and Maybel Padillo. The University of Cebu Dance Company and KDF Kansuko Dance Fusion. Wa pa matapos ang atong panaguyog ko ng gabiuna kay human sa panihapon, aduna pa kita pipila ka mga pakikpulong nga mabati. And now, ladies and gentlemen, the parade of waiters.